As we speak today, there are 48 countries that have ratified the agreement establishing the AfCFTA. Trade is happening between regions of the African continent, which is the test that we want to see. So ECOWAS and the East African Community, SADC and Central Africa. So the trade flows are happening. And this is very important because the rules that have been negotiated must support the trade to happen. And the evidence of the trade happening are what we call certificates of origin, which are being issued. So, for example, you mentioned the biggest economy in Africa, Nigeria, last year. And this is a matter of pride for all of us. The very first certificate of origin to be issued in Nigeria was to a woman-owned small-medium enterprise who was exporting her goods to East Africa and the rest of the continent. Kenya was one of the first countries to trade, to export value-added production, tea, to many countries in West Africa and North Africa. So the trade is happening. Is it happening at the scale and the volume that we want? Of course not, because we are on year 5. So it's early days still. I would put our focus on is the rules setting, the norm setting. We have concluded all of the protocols that the heads of state said must constitute the legal foundation of the trade. And the most recent protocol to be adopted is the protocol on women and youth in trade and the protocol on digital trade. Both of these protocols are complementary. They are complementary, and both of them are very, very important for inclusion of women and youth-owned businesses, as well as from the point of view of harnessing Africa's digital economy. Rules for the digital economy are very, very difficult to find convergence on. And we have been able to have a set of rules that establish a market, that establish a regulatory framework, that have very clear provisions for requirements for inclusion, that have very clear provisions on emerging technologies, and a range of other tools that we need to power and drive the digital economy. And so we have made very, very good progress. Of course, we are 65 years late. But in the 5 years that we started this journey, we have made very good progress under very, very difficult circumstances. Externalities such as COVID-19, which had a profoundly negative impact on Africa's capacity to export, supply chain disruptions. So I think we've done relatively well. Yes, we have a long way to go, obviously, but given the circumstances, I think in the short time that we had, we've done relatively well.